State rules, town and city rules, now county rules when it comes to marijuana businesses. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with rules and regulations for recreational pot in Sussex County.
The County Council is in the process of determining how they will govern marijuana businesses and cultivation centers.
Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert has more on the debate over Sussex County's green future.
Seeing green in Sussex County. County Council is looking into what do's and don'ts they find acceptable when it comes to recreational marijuana stores and cultivation centers. But unlike the countless towns that have said no to pot, like Rehoboth Beach and Bethany Beach, the rules for the county are a bit different.
One of the things that that act said was that the towns can prohibit marijuana establishments and everything associated with that, but the counties cannot. And so what we need to do is be ahead of that, because right now our zoning code doesn't talk about where these can or should go in any way, shape, or form.
Possible regulations for weed shops include barring marijuana stores closer than a mile from towns' jurisdictions, forbidding any two marijuana stores from being within 3 miles of each other, and banning weed businesses within a mile of a school, church, college, or treatment center. I did speak with one person today who didn't want to get on camera, but they mentioned that they were not a fan of adding businesses for marijuana here in Sussex County simply because they didn't like the smell of the drug. So we've covered where they can't be, but for zoning reasons, now let's look at where they can be. The consensus of the council was to only allow pot shops in C3 heavy commercial district zones, which are areas along busy roads and highways that already have lots of shopping options. Jeff McCauley only sees the benefits of marijuana.
My wife has been a cancer nurse. She's also been a director of cancer. Some of those patients need it for pain relief, and they really see no problem with that. Recreational use, it's not something for me, but some people do it, so I think it's okay.
Sparking up the latest debate surrounding those who want to puff and those who'd rather pass. It is important to note that nothing was voted on today. The next steps in this process would be the drafting of an ordinance, which would eventually be voted on by County Council. I'm Charles Reinert in Sussex County, Coast TV News.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. Even though the county is currently not allowed to ban the sale of marijuana, we wanted to know if it could. What do you think it should do? And let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening.
Looking at the screen, 61% say yes, 34% say no. Not a lot of other votes for the other options there.
If you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttvnews.com, or you can use the Coast TV mobile app.